Support.com. I'm here with Steven Swenson, and this is another one of our Deal of the Week videos.
Yeah, and today we're actually going to be going over a sold property. We always have students or followers that ask, hey, what about some sold properties? And so that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, sure. And we're going to be looking at some properties that sold recently in Wisconsin. So, Wisconsin uses a tax deed system, which basically means that the counties will foreclose on properties after a set time period has expired, which in this case is 2 years.
Yeah, now at that point they're going to go ahead and auction off the properties. Now they can be sold at a live online auction, an online auction, or they also have what's called sealed bidding. Now, as far as the opening bid amount, it will kind of depend on particular county. Sometimes they'll start at the delinquent taxes, or sometimes they can be a percentage of the assessed value.
So, the sale we're going to be looking at here that these properties are sold at was actually in Portage County, Wisconsin, and the auction wrapped up March 25th.
Yeah, today. So the property that we're going to be reviewing today, is a single-family home, and it started with an opening bid of $27,500. Now we can see, the address there, and then up in the right-hand corner, we can see what the property sold for. Sold for $52,000.
Yeah, it looks like 31 bids total.
Yeah, we can see some of that basic information. Of course, you can see the links that we could go click on to see some additional information on the property. But as far as the property records, it's pretty basic. We see the acreage there. It's about 0.16 of an acreage, and one thing that's nice though is that they provided photos of the property.
Yeah, in fact, photos that were taken specifically for the tax sale, so we know they're current.
Yeah, well, and that's one thing about investing in structured properties. If you guys have followed us before, we always talk about needing to do an on-site evaluation because we don't know the condition. But these were just taken, and just recently for this auction. And then we can also see, at least from the, they've got a photo of the inside, at least from the outside, and it really looks pretty clean inside.
Yeah, no, it actually looks like a great property that has been, that was kept up well. We can see a newer style condensing unit there in the backyard, and, the house has obviously been, painted and kept up at different points. It looks like it was probably remodeled, inside. A lot more information than we can get with most tax sale lists.
Yeah, well, you can see the carpet looks pretty nice, the paint looks nice. So, overall, the condition of this property is pretty good compared to some of the tax sale properties you can find.
Yeah, you can see some of the other map location here of the property overhead.
Yeah, so it's about 50 feet by 150 feet in size. There's also a little two-car garage as well. They have a photo of the inside. It looks like there's some personal items in there. That if we did end up winning this property, we would need to go ahead and contact the last owner, ask them to pick it up, and then if they don't, we'd go ahead and dispose of it.
Yeah, you can see a few interior photos here. And, value estimate on the property, it's valued at roughly about $110,000. So it opened up for about 20 cents on the dollar, and it sold for about 40 cents on the dollar, probably.
Yeah, exactly. 3-bedroom, 1 bath. In fact, you can see here that there was those 2 photos that we just included, and that kind of shows that when the last time this property was sold. So we have some photos in there as well. We can get an idea, along with the county photos, and really kind of determine, as far as overall condition, and a tax sale property, it's in pretty good condition.
Yeah, I would say that it's definitely in pretty good condition.
So as far as kind of breaking down the deal a little bit, like we said, the property had an opening bid of $27,000, sold for $52,000, which ends up being a bid to value or bid to cost ratio around 47%.
Yeah. Yeah, now there are options here, with this property as well, and how you might go about, what you might do with it. If you're going to do rehab on it, if you're going to sell it, you're going to take it through quiet title. Even if you took on some of those additional costs, there's still plenty of profitability there. You know, you're still basically buying it for you know, for about half of the value, you know, roughly. I mean, there's still potential profit there of close to 50,000.
Yeah, well, you know, if we went ahead and just assumed that we're gonna put around $7,000 worth of rehab, and you know, based on the condition inside, what we can see, you know, that I think that would be able to do it unless there's some serious issues that we can't see. But the basic, you know, from what we can see, the property looks pretty good. Also, if we were to take it through court cost, you know, through and getting quiet title, that could be an additional $3,000. So maybe we're into it 62 grand. But if we did sell it for 110,000, that would still leave us with around 48,000, $50,000 worth of profit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the point would be, you know, that at $60,000, you know, it would be set up, you know, rehabbed and ready to go.
Yeah, well, and if you were to put that additional, you know, $7,000 into it, the court cost, you're going to be able to sell it with a warranty deed. You know, people are going to be able to get financing on the property. Plus, you're also going to be able to you know, with that additional rehab cost, probably make the property look pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to look great, and you know, it's got rent potential of over $1,000 a month. So, you know, it has the potential to bring in, you know, 12,000 plus a year.
Yeah.
Just rent it out. I mean, you know, it's a great little property. Would be a good rental.
Well, and you could see that, you know, it was competitive. You know, I mean, you know, it ended up selling for almost double what the opening bid was. But even like that, it's still a good deal. And in looking at this property area, this area had went up by about 1% this last 30 days. So we see that the area is actually, you know, going up in value as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. And one of the things that's great as well is that a lot of Wisconsin counties are moving over to online auctions, and making it easier for you know, for out of area, you know, out of state investors to participate.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, and the counties don't have huge sales. Sometimes they only have a couple of properties, you know, sometimes 10, 15, maybe upwards of 20 or 30. But they're not huge sales, but they do have them, you know, going on each month. There'll be different counties, and we've seen a lot of good opportunities that have sold through these Wisconsin online auctions.
Yeah. If you like this information and you'd like more like it, you should join our membership program, which is only $39 a month and includes auction lists for both you know, auctions that are going to be taking place, live tax sales, but also over-the-counter lists and training as well.
Yeah, it's going to provide you with all of our training in addition to our weekly webinars.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching this video, and be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.
Yep, thanks again.